Today we're going to look at a storytime book, Rhyme Time with Dr. Seuss. The age level that this box would be representative of would be pre-K to kindergarten age students. Most of the books that Dr. Seuss had written are books that focus on rhyming and engaging the students in letter recognition, word recognition, syllable recognition, and the rhymes move at a quick pace, which are engaging for students. Some of the things that I'd like to look at in the box to put extra supplies in, such as common supplies that you would have in a box, would be scissors, craft items, colored pencils, glue, markers, popsicle sticks if you're going to do any gluing things together, and markers for students to write with. In each box, or in each packet that a book is in, there are activities that will be explained as we go through. Keeping construction paper and paper plates and tissue paper for these particular activities is going to be helpful just in case some things get destroyed. There are extras. The first book that I'd like to look at is Dr. Seuss's ABC book. Dr. Seuss's ABC book is a book that would be very engaging for younger readers that are learning letter identification, such as Aunt Anne's Alligators, which represents the capital letter and the lowercase letter, and this is representative throughout the entire book. An activity that would go with this book is to begin with the alphabet song and displaying this for students to see so they can go along with the ABC. Now I know my ABCs, won't you sing along with me? Color pages that can be colored and cut out for the students that are big. For the smaller students, that they'll be able to cut these without cutting them, and that have pictures of something that is representative of the letters, such as B is for bat. The next book from Dr. Seuss that I would like to look at is Wings on Things. This is a very colorful book, and again, this one has very colorful pictures throughout and on the cover. And has sentences such as, wings help you fly, that's what they do. And these are easy sentences for beginning readers and will help them identify sight words. To complete a lesson or to do a lesson, you could start with a sing-along song. My little garden. In my little garden, there's creatures everywhere. There's beetles, bees, and butterflies flying through the air. The theme of that would continue through the entire song for students to sing along. And an activity that the students could do is to create a butterfly using pipe cleaners and just basic tissue paper and winding them together. And if they wanted to add onto them and glue some eyes on, they could easily do that. The third book that I'd like to look at is Dr. Seuss's One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. Students could start when doing an activity with this by singing along with the librarian, singing the 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, 4 fish, and have a copy of this, and then move on to an activity where they're going to create a fish using construction paper and a popsicle stick, where they're going to trace their hand, and this is going to be the fish, and then they'll just draw the mouth and place the craft eye on there, and then they have their hand puppet. And for the students to identify with color identification, you can get color pages and have them color the fish in different colors representing fish that were talked about throughout the story. Another little activity that can be done with this one is an easy activity using a paper plate and some tissue paper, a glue stick, and cut the plate and have them just glue on the fish, whatever color they'd like, and then put a plant in there, and they have their craft to go along with the book. The next book, Fox in Socks. You could start the activity with a rhyme of Foxy, Foxy, turn around. Foxy, Foxy, touch the ground. Foxy, Foxy, dance on your toes. Foxy, Foxy, touch your nose. And then continue to the last verse and have students recite the song with you while you're going through it, and have the words displayed or have them a copy for them to follow along with. An activity to go along with the book, students can do a cutout and color the cutout and make a hand puppet. And there's an example of a hand puppet that I have created right here. And this is what the hand puppet would look like for students to use when they're going over the book Fox in Socks by Dr. Seuss. The last book that I'd like to go over is The Cat in the Hat. When doing the lesson, you could start with the Good Morning Song and have the students sing along and follow the words as they're displayed on a board. And then some extension activities. The students could color the hat to look like it, and then they can create words of their own, adding the first letter to create whatever word they are focused on for the day. Continuing on with an add-on activity, you could have a blank hat, and then students could create their own cat in the hat with an example, and there's a created hat. Cat in the Hat. This Cat in the Hat uses the cutout, and you just need to have the paper plate, tissue paper to glue around, and then draw the picture onto the face of the plate. And then the students have their own Cat in the Hat take-home activity that they can take with them. And again, having extra supplies is beneficial, so that if children cut out of the lines or anything like that. And something that I have packed into the box is some extra activities. So if there's an activity that they finished and they wanted to do more, then they could have the alphabet activity where they could colors from the book, trying to match it or coming up with their own extras. Extra fish for the students to color. the Cat in the Hat, and extra fox puppet pieces. Another extension activity to help the students with recognition and the characters throughout many of the Dr. Seuss books is to do the Dr. Seuss bingo, where they would have the pieces, and once they do, just like the regular game, then they could play the game and identify with more characters throughout the books. Something that's recommended is to have a felt board, and on this particular board that I have you can attach with a magnet felt on the bottom, or this is a magnet board, and you can just put the letters onto the board like that, and students can use the letters to create words from the books and focus on learning the letter sounds, building words, and creating their own rhymes and putting them up here and seeing them and being able to take them down and share with partners how to work with the letters and identifying different syllable sounds and letter sounds. And that is the Cat in the Hat box that I have created. I hope that y'all enjoyed it with the Cat in the Hat and Thing 1 and Thing 2.